Welcome to episode 14 of our book read through of Elon Musk Woke Messiah by Albion. We left off on this page that starts with the word laugh in large letters. So there's been a few of these. One word, smile was one, laugh was one. What were the other ones? I'm not sure. But they all seem like pretty positive suggestions. So maybe it's just something that's trying to keep the book lighthearted or balance the serious parts of it. I like them though. It's a little break from the action. We got an LBM blurb from 2032 that reads, "When you are completely engulfed in a cause, life changes. You cease to live in the physical world you know. You exist in a universe of thought, intent, and emotion. You see people for what they are, not their shells. You see how crudely mortal and desperately disillusioned society is. You see how beautiful and perfect the world can be. You realize a single path is laid out before you. You learn you have no control, no choice, or freedom. You must accept this and willingly act out your destiny." When you're completely engulfed in a cause. And in bold it reads, "When you live in a universe of thought, you see how beautiful and perfect the world can be." I think when you're engulfed in a cause, is that the same thing as having a motivation or a passion? And everything becomes about that, and you stop, maybe worrying so much about the little details of everyday life because everything is about that bigger cause or motivation or passion. I could see that. Below that reads, "If Elon was an elephant, he would be Elon Tusk." Okay. Next page. We got a poem that reads, "Society says don't pick your nose. Society says don't smell your toes. Society says never fight. Society says be polite. Who made society the boss of me?" I think this kind of goes back to that social contract blurb that we're kind of born into. And you have all these unwritten rules, all these social constructions. Below that, we have an LBM blurb from 2042 that reads, "How hard it is to maintain pleasure, to extend joy. How hard it is to maintain pain, to lengthen misery. Equilibrium has an amazing gravitational force. It attracts all things. Balance is always maintained, a universal dynamic of the universe. However, our ignorance often needs time to recognize this balance. You cannot disrupt this balance. Attempts will invariably fail. To believe you deserve more pleasure than pain is faulty. Life is fair and equal, an unpopular idea and belief, an inconvenient truth, but truth all the same." I think he's touched on this before, and in bold it reads, "Equilibrium has an amazing gravitational force, a universal dynamic of the universe." I think we probably all experience this. I mean, we're all dealing with pleasure and pain. We look at others, and I think sometimes we see others as being better or worse off, but not seeing the flip side for them. But knowing everyone maybe has to deal with that equilibrium. But at the same time, if we're all dealing with it, that maybe that's something that connects us more than separates us. Below that, we have an Elon Musk quote that reads, "In terms of the internet, it's like humanity acquiring a collective nervous system. Whereas previously we were more like a collection of cells that communicated by diffusion, With the advent of the internet, it was suddenly like we got a nervous system. It's a hugely impactful thing. Yeah, being able to get instant information on just about anything definitely speeds up that communication process, which would make sense that that would speed up all kinds of other processes, engineering, technology, just evolving in general in so many ways. Yeah, that's important. Next, we had a heading that reads Elon's Atoms. And it reads, the atoms that make up Elon Musk and anyone else are the same. So what is different? Is it how these atoms are combined? Possibly. Still, it makes one ponder the complexity of people in general, how the same building blocks can create such diversity, and whether there is something more than just particles in this equation. Yeah, I mean, if you cremated everyone, the physical building blocks would be basically the same. So is it environment? Is there something more that we're not seeing? But I think there's no question that diversity in people is extreme, which is kind of cool. Next, we have the LBM blurb from 2062 that reads, Dear God, surely our idea of you is skewed terribly. If you are there, do you want me to know? For I am not a smart man, worldly or spiritually. I truly want to know if you are really there. I do not understand faith, to believe without any evidence. To praise you would be little more than physical motion. Is this not more sacrilegious than being true to oneself? If you are there, I hope you understand. I apologize. Feel free to stop by any time. The door is open. I would love to talk. You are fascinating, no doubt. And in bold it reads, Dear God, if you are really there, I would love to talk. Yeah. So apparently he has some issues with believing God without proof, but wanting to know the truth. And if God is there, wanting to know that. Below that is a heading that says, Hey Elon, what makes you laugh? I would like to hear the answer to that. Next page, we got a poem that reads, My eyes cannot lie, so I stare at the ground. Inside my eyes, all my secrets are found. And I believe your eyes are the same. They emanate joy and sadness and shame. Your words are quite a confusing disguise. Please, oh please, just look in my eyes. Interesting. And then we have a statement that says, Stop trying to please people. Depending on who you are trying to please, this is either a virtue or a vice. Stop trying to please people. Yeah, sometimes that can be a good thing, and sometimes it can be a bad thing. Duality of mankind. Again, I think that's probably going to be a theme throughout the book, based on what we've read so far. Then we have a Elon Musk quote that reads, I think it's very important to have a feedback loop where you're constantly thinking about what you've done and how you could be doing it better. Elon, I think, comes across as pretty humble. I think it's less about ego, seems like, with him, and more about engineering and solving problems. And he realizes that part of that is constantly refining your process of finding knowledge and truth and being open to new and better ideas, which which is pretty refreshing, especially from someone in his position. I think we will finish there for today. Join us for the next episode, and until then, have a great day.